going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope everybody's killing it. Today, in this video, I want to talk about what habits you need to have as an agency owner to succeed. What are the daily habits? What is it that you need to do? Okay, so first, a lot of this is just kind of like just something you should have no matter what type of business you have, right? How you start your morning is very, very important, right? Whether you go to the gym, whether you go ahead and meditate, whatever you do in the morning sets the tone for the rest of your day, right? So I'm going to talk a little about the stuff that's specific to agency, like running an agency, but then I'm also going to talk about some other stuff that could be applicable to any type of business. Because if you do this stuff that's applicable to any type of business, and you also run an agency and you do this stuff, you're gonna be better. Your day is gonna go better. So the first thing is going to the gym, right? If you get your body moving in some way, you're gonna have a better day. I think you guys probably all really know that. It's just a matter of going out and doing that, right? Another thing is planning your day the day ahead of time, right? I got my 10X planner here. I have my day. Last night I planned my day. I planned today last night, and you can see at this time I was gonna record a YouTube video, right? So making sure you plan out your next day the day before. That's definitely a major key. And then also with this 10X planner, you can write your goals. So you see I have my goals written up here. Now that's important, right? Writing down your goals. And also write down your goal for the day. Let me tell you what my goal for the day is. My goal for the day is just to schedule meetings for next week. That's my only goal. That's definitely the main goal. I have other things, but that's the most important thing that I need to get done is make sure that I'm scheduling those meetings for next week. So that way I'll have, lots of businesses that I can close. So that's really important. Whatever your goal is. So, seriously, like if you have a good sales process and you're good at closing deals, then you can you can spend one day scheduling just a ton of meetings. Spend a couple hours that day. Just straight using your script. If you have a good script, that's also important. You have to have a good script for this to work. My script is amazing. So I just go ahead and pump out these meetings, right? You could literally just pump out the meetings, just schedule a whole bunch of meetings, and then you'd be able to focus on something different the next day. So that's what my goal is. So from 9 to 5, I'm just focused on my agency, and a good period of that time is me just scheduling meetings. And that's especially what my goal is today. If I can get 5-10 meetings for next week, just banged out today, I'll be happy, right? So that's important. So deciding what you're going to do for the day, whatever your targets are, call them targets. They call them targets in the 10X planner I have here. So decide what your targets are for the day. The next thing is practice your sales process. I practice my sales process every single day. If you haven't seen my previous videos and you don't know what a sales process is, or just in general, you just don't know what a sales process is, maybe you were in some other type of sales and you know what a sales process is, that's great. But what a sales process is it's literally a step-by-step for what you're going to do in your meetings. It's the first thing you're going to say, the second thing, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, right? Like a sales script. That's basically what it is. I call it a sales process because I don't always have to follow the script. I just need to follow the process. If I follow the process, my meeting's going to go great. But if I don't follow a script, I'll be okay. I just need to follow the process because the script isn't going to work every single time. So essentially, what a sales process is a sales script with everything that you're going to do in that meeting. What's the first thing you're going to say? Every question is mapped out. Everything, literally. I say the same thing. All my transitions, when I transition between one step to the other step, I literally have down what I'm going to say for everything. I know what I'm going to say before everything, right? So I literally go into the meeting with a very clear mind because I know everything I'm going to do. I don't need to sit there and think really hard. I can sit there and genuinely listen because I'm so competent at this point. I have everything memorized. I don't need to have my questions in front of me. So you need to memorize everything you're going to do. And it's to the point where I literally just like, bam, it's like robotic. It's like automatic. So practice your sales script every day. Practice your sales process. If you don't have a sales process, you need to have a sales process. You need to have one. One of my videos that talks about the 5 laws of sales, check that video out. It talks more about this and more about what I think the most important parts of your sales process should be. It's called the 5 laws of SMMA sales. Check that out. And those are really kind of the major daily habits that I have. Is going ahead and planning everything. It's making sure that I go to the gym in the morning. It's writing down my goals, deciding what my targets are for the day, and practicing my sales process. That's everything that's really, really just like essential. I mean, there's a lot of little things too that I do. I mean, I read every single day. It's always good to get some reading in. In the morning, I'll read a book on marketing. And then in the evening, I'll listen to a course on copywriting. So I'm getting in that continuous education, continuous improvement of my agency. From, let's say, like 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock is when I spend time either managing my clients. I mean, I have people who do that, but of course there's some little stuff that I'll always do. So from 6 to 8, that's what I'll do. And then from like 8 to 9 or so, I'll listen to like a course. But that time period is like dedicated to actually improving, like working on the business, not working in the business. Working in the business is when you're doing the daily actions, you're setting meetings, you're making phone calls. Working on the business is actually improving and building the business. So make sure that you're doing both of those things. It's good to dedicate your mornings before you get started with everything to just sit and think. Think about where you want to take your business, your direction. Don't just think short term, think long term. Like I did this morning. I sat this morning and I just thought about where I wanted my business to be. Right now I'm in the process where I'm trying to hire a salesperson. So I was just thinking, I was mapping out what I would pay the salesperson. I was writing down a bunch of numbers. I was saying, okay, how much do I want to pay myself? How much do I want to pay my salespeople? How much commission do I want to give them on every sale? And I'm just sitting there mapping all of that out kind of in front of me and just kind of like, just taking it all in, just kind of thinking about what it is that what direction I want to take my business and everything like that. Just really getting in that good thought really clears your mind because you need to have the future in mind. You need to know what you're going to do in the future. So I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I really talked about the most important things. But I also think that this is important. This isn't necessarily like a daily thing, but this is something that you want to do. You want to map out the future of your business. Like just write down, map it out on a piece of paper. How much money you want to make, like 6 months from now. How much money you want to make 9 months from now. What you need in order to do that. How many people you need to hire. And then also along the way, this is also not really, this might be a daily thing for some people. Right now it's not a daily thing for me, but I think at one point it was a daily thing for me. Here's something that's really, really important that a lot of really, really just amazing sales trainers from the past will tell you, but it's not very common for you to hear this. Not very many people really talk about this. This really was just ingrained in my mind by a guy named Chet Holmes who wrote an awesome book called The Ultimate Sales Machine. But he talks about systemizing your business, right? So as you go to grow your agency, you're going to need a system, right? When you hire salespeople, what script are they going to have? When you hire people to do marketing for you, what are they going to be able to reference to know whether or not they're marketing properly? What are all those things? So you need to make sure that you literally have everything. It's kind of like, it's kind of like the Bible. You need to have like the Bible for running your agency. You literally need to like have like a Bible for marketing and a Bible for sales. And you need to make sure that when you're hiring a salesperson, you can go ahead and give them that Bible so that they can get started quickly as possible. Like Chet Holmes used to the example, if you were hiring 5,000 people a week right now, would you be able to continue to run your business smoothly and hire another 5,000 the next week? Is your business that systemized? That's the question you need to ask yourself. So document everything, okay? This is how you make phone calls. This is how you respond to incoming phone calls. This is how you do blank. This is your sales script. This is your sales script for this scenario. This is your sales script for referrals. This is your sales script for setting up a meeting to go over an audit. This is your sales script for if someone emails us. This is your sales script for if someone goes on Calendly. You literally need to have a script for everything. Everything needs to be systemized. This is what you do in this situation. This is how you process payments. This is how you take payments. This is how you this is how often you contact clients after you close them. This is what you do in the second meeting you have with them. This is the second meeting. You literally need to have everything down. Like you literally need to be able to tell your salespeople and the people who are working under you, this is what we do for this situation, this is what we do for this situation, this scenario, everything. You need to have all that down. That's so important. Because Chet Holmes talks about how big corporations and companies leave too much up to the salespeople. If everything was systemized, that's why he calls it the ultimate sales machine. If everything was systemized down to a system, and you just had like, and you basically just had everybody be like a robot, like everybody just knows that if X pops up, they do YZ. Y plus Z equals Y. Z plus X equals YZ. If someone can literally just be like a machine like that, your business will be running so much more smoothly, and it'll make your job so much easier. And you can also scale a lot easier, right? That's also why picking a niche is important, because it makes scaling much, much easier, right? Trying to scale your business, if you have just a bunch of different niches, is not easy, okay? Right now, I focus on restaurants, which is a hard niche. Let me tell you, it's hard. But over time, me doing it so much, me just focusing on them, I know so much. I'm so much better than a regular person going after restaurants. I can just blow them out of the water. I can blow any other agency that's a generalist agency out of the water because I specialize. So just pick something to specialize in and get really good at it, and then be able to systemize that as well. So I went on a tangent there, and I know the purpose of this meeting was to talk about the daily habits, but that's like really, really important. I could have made an entire another video about that. But anyway, guys, I hope that was insightful. I hope that was valuable. I know I went on a tangent there for a second, but make sure you study your sales process on a daily basis. Make sure you go ahead and do something to get your body moving in the morning. Write down your goals. Take some time to think. Systemize everything, like write down everything. This is the best way to do calls. This is the best way to do everything. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you guys kill it, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Tristan Vision out. Subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Tristan Vision. See you guys.